Hello, everyone. This is Counterspell Hater here, back with another EDH request made by one of my fellow commenters. But before we get into today's request, I would like it if you guys please like and subscribe. We're at 36 subscribers. Thank you to whoever just subscribed all that long ago. And if you want to be one of those people who support the channel, then all you have to do is subscribe and like my videos. And if you want to make an EDH request on my channel, then all you have to do is be the first to comment on this video and just type in the name of the commander that you want to see and even the specific style for it. So like Voltron, like partner commander or whatever, which is what we're doing today. You'll see in a moment. But just be first to comment, and then you can make a request, and we'll gladly fulfill it. Oh, but even if you aren't the first, then please comment anyways. Sorry, I kind of lost my train of thought there. But comment anyways. I like the feedback from you guys. Not negative feedback like rolling my videos trash or anything. For those of you who are going to do that, I mean, I'm just gonna ignore you. Anyways, so just make sure it's positive. That's all I ask, and make sure you give feedback at all. I would appreciate that. Tell me what I can do better in my videos. You know, constructive criticism, not too hard. You know, things like that. Give positive feedback. I like it from you guys. I've kind of been missing it here lately, so if you guys could do that, that'd be great. Just me, you care. And hit the notification bell, that way you don't miss another video on this channel or any upcoming content. And share this video along with other videos found on my channel with other people. With that said, let's get into this EDH request. Esior Wardwing Familiar partnered with Keleth Sunmane Familiar. So I will be honest, since I wasn't really able to read my comments at school, but I kind of saw like part of the comment, I was able to like put the pieces together and say, oh, my commenter wants a partner commander video with these two partners. Now I didn't know it was Voltron, but I will be honest, I kind of went Voltron on my without intending it. So kind of funny, but let's get into it. So this is kind of Voltron focused deck later down the line, but there are cards that are not Voltron focused, but more so around mostly Keleth here and around buffing up our commanders and really around this commander here. Esior is in here to keep the two safe. So Patron of the Valiant to put a plus counter to buff up our commanders and any other creatures that we control that may have plus counters on them at the time. Animation module, make us some servos whenever we put plus counters onto our creatures, and even give counters of different kinds to target opponent or player. Savior of Ullenbach. This is great because of training. This can get rather big, thanks to our commander most likely being bigger than this by the time we bring this out. Because you figure, you know, bring out Sunmane Familiar turn 2 or even sooner. Then you bring this out on turn 3, and then you attack with Keleth. Well, it's going to be bigger than this because it's a 1/2. And when this trains, I mean, you can get rid of something from graveyard or from the battlefield. So you get rid of some really big annoying blocker or an indestructible creature. However, when this leaves the battlefield, you do put the exile cards onto the battlefield under their owner's control. So you can use this to kind of blink your stuff in a way, but probably mainly exile your opponent's stuff, make sure they can't block with as good of a creature. Griffwing Cavalry can give Sunmane Familiar flying and train along with it. Sword of Truth and Justice to put ++ counter on a creature we control and proliferate, and give us protection from white and from blue. Help our commanders swing in, deal more damage. Sword of Hours to double up number of ++ counters that would be on our commanders. Resourceful Defense to move any number of counters from other creatures to other permanents or whatever, and to also save them. Helium Squirter, give our commanders, give mainly Sunmane Familiar flying. Novigen Sages, draw some cards by removing some ++ counters from our creatures. Griff Rider, another training creature. Perish Blade Trainee, if it gets nice and big, it can end up putting a lot of ++ counters onto one of our creatures, which will be nice. Viral Drake to proliferate and infect. So great way to get rid of indestructible blockers because of the -1/- counters and kill someone rather fast and buff up your commanders all at the same time. Inexorable Tide, great card, allows us to proliferate a lot, therefore putting more ++ counters on our commanders. Grateful Apparition, proliferate, deal, and Thawing Bird, and Guildpact Informant, proliferate. Contagion Engine, proliferate, and can potentially kill off someone's entire board. Not ours, obviously. Contagion class won't kill someone's entire board, but will kill a creature if you proliferate enough. The Ozlith to store counters in case one of our creatures with ++ counters on it leaves the battlefield or any kind of counters. So like Keleth Sunmane Familiar or Esior or Wing Familiar does leave the battlefield. We don't lose all those counters. Crystalline Crawler is great in this deck because we're proliferating a bunch. So this will be able to get us a lot of mana thanks to being able to remove a bunch of ++ counters from it, therefore giving us mana. And with Inexorable Tide, this is a great combo. That could probably be broken in a certain game. Let me know if you want to see some more MTG Arena content, and I'll get down to it. Luxior Gaeda's Gift. It's a can buff up our commander a lot. I think this is, yeah, from here we are starting from here, we're getting now into mainly the Voltron. So Sword of the Animus, award us for attacking by helping us ramp. Mindless Automaton, this is another synergy with our commanders and, well, also proliferating, help us draw some more cards. True Conviction to give our creatures, well, our commanders really weren't anything. Double Strike and Lifelink, help us stay in the game and even close it out. Moonsilver Spear, give us some tokens, some good blockers, and give the equipped creature first strike. Then we have Sword of War and Peace to punish players who like to draw cards. So is it players, probably for the most part, and punish people with card draw in general. So like I said, like I've said here in past videos, being prepared for every player that you could probably face in EDH is one of the many keys to winning an EDH game. So being prepared in this sense will give you an advantage. Not to mention pro red and white. So now you can use this to protect one of your commanders in this deck from red burn spells or white removal. Although it won't save it from a board wipe, unfortunately. And this can help us stay in the game by gaining us life whenever the equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, and this will reward us for drawing cards. Then we have Sword of Feast and Famine. this is more so not being prepared for every instance, but helping us ramp, since we in blue white we have troubles ramping. We're not mono green. Swift boot boots to give one of our commanders hexproof and haste, so more protection. Kusari Gamma. This is definitely going on to Keleth or a big creature of ours, because this equipment combined with a rather high-powered creature can result in a defending player's board state getting wiped completely if they do block. Basilisk Collar, give us some evasion in form of Death Touch and help us stay in the game with lifelink. Luxon Warhammer, help us get over for damage with trample, so cheap blockers aren't an option. So this hits token players rather hard, because then they have to spend more creatures on our rather sizable commanders. And lifelink, so help us stay in the game. Sanctuary Blade, this is able to help us in a lot of ways, help us get in damage for a lot more. So like, not to mention, this really hurts mono color players. So like a mono red aggro EDH deck would be hurting if you have Sanctuary Blade out. Blade of the Blood Chief is for aristocrats, even though none of our commanders or creatures in here are vampire, but still, this is great because it prepares us for aristocrats like Rakdos or Jav or Golgari's sacrifice type decks, or any sacrifice in general. So Jund, Sultai maybe, stuff like that. Sword of Hearth and Home can be used to blink one of our creatures if need be. If like we know something is coming, or like something is eventually going to happen and we know it. But also in here to help us ramp up, can also be used to blink out one of our creatures to get some value. Commander's Plate, this also hits hard because we attach this to one of our commanders, and they're going to have protection from 4 of the 5 colors in Magic. So that can be devastating, and not to mention a quick commander, kind of on theme here, because this is also these 2 commanders that we're playing with in this EDH deck would be from Commander Legends, if you didn't know. Shadow Spear is in here to get rid of hexproof and indestructible problems with permanents our opponent's control, and give whatever creature it's equipped to lifelink and trample, so probably one of our commanders again. So this gives us even more of an advantage, helps us stay in the game longer, and like I said, with Luxon Warhammer, deal more damage. Argentium Armor to destroy some stuff, and this can include land since it doesn't say non-land, although it costs rather expensive. Explorer Scubs in here kind of to reward us and encourage us to attack, because this can help us ramp out some as well. Bone Horde, this prepares us for mill decks, sacrifice decks, aristocrats, Golgari, things like that. Decks that really like a lot of creature cards in their graveyard, not to mention living weapon. So when this enters in, it could temporarily be a great blocker on the spot without us having to equip it to something to make a great blocker. Lion Sash for graveyard hate, so being prepared, and buff up one of our commanders. Mask of the Schemer, help us draw cards and buff up our commander, one of our commanders even more, whoever this is equipped to. Seraphic Greatsword, kind of a dethrone type of card in case there's someone's the threat at the table, or it's hasn't been pinged for some damage. this allows us to put some more pressure on that player, if that player isn't us, of course. Whisper, Silk, Cloak, make one of our commanders unblockable. Ring of Thune, this is going to be for Keleth, Sunmain Familiar, to give him vigilance, so make it a great attacker and blocker, and buff it up. And then Ring of Evo's Isles for Esior, to give it hexproof, some type of protection. I mean, you can switch them around. You can put two of them onto Keleth, and or two of them onto Esior, or you can switch them around. So have Ring of Thune on Esior and Ring of Evo's Isle on Keleth. Just if you put Ring of Evo's Isle on Esior and you put Ring of Thune on Keleth, you're getting more benefits. Helm of the Host. We're going to definitely be attaching Helm of the Host here to Keleth for sure. Because if we do that, then we get more attack triggers off of Keleth, since we are going to have multiples. Therefore, buffing up our commanders way more. And I think the tokens will also get buffed up if they attack. Conqueror's Flail can give the equipped creature up to like +2/+2, because in this deck we're only running 2 colors. However, as long as this is attached to a creature, your opponents can't cast spells during your turn, which can be devastating for players who like to interact on your turns or on other players' turns. So like Flash players are especially devastated by this. So Vidalcan Ori is shut down quite a bit. Grand Abolisher is even more devastating, because not only can your opponent not cast spells during your turn, but they also cannot activate abilities of artifacts, creatures, or enchantments, which is even more devastating. That completely eliminates all interaction your opponents are able to have on your turn. Then we have Trailblazer's Boot, because in this era, you're probably going to see a lot of people playing at least one non-basic land that's going to stick around and not be sacrificed to find other lands, in which case we're able to take advantage of that and throw this onto one of our commanders, and then suddenly it's unblockable. So, you know, like Field of the Dead and stuff like that. Tolarian Academy, since we have a lot of artifacts in this deck, more artifacts than other types of cards. So this can give us a lot of mana. And Thawing Glaciers to help us find a lot of lands. And then we have 24 basic plains. And then we also have 24 basic islands. And with that said, the end to this EDH request starring Esior Wardwing Familiar and Keleth Sunmain Familiar. That is going to be it for this EDH request. Like I said at the beginning of the video, please like and subscribe if you're one of the people who are currently subscribed. Thank you. If you want to be one of those people, then all you have to do is subscribe and like. It shows me that you care and are willing to support my channel. Also, comment on my videos. Make an EDH request. Just be the first. And even if you're not, comment anyways. I like feedback from you guys. I've been missing it lately. Thank you. And to whoever made that request, thank you. I know the name of the commenter. I'm just not going to openly expose who it is, because I don't really have their permission. And I don't know if they would want that. Oh, besides that, hit the notification bell. That way you don't miss another one of my videos or any upcoming content on this channel in general. And hit and share this video along with other videos found on my channel. And I will see you guys next time. Well, actually, next time being Monday, because Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays I don't record. So